The biggest difference the web has made to my life and the lives of virtually all of my colleagues is that politics is now online. People don't have to watch the House of Commons to find out what MPs are talking about, and very much of the time MPs are actually talking about the same things that everyone else is talking about on Twitter and online. So that's been a huge difference to the way MPs communicate. I understand people's, especially parents' concerns that the internet, the threat the internet poses particularly to children. My concern is that the media and large parts of the political establishment simply see the internet as a threat to children and very little more than that. And the internet is so big and so amazing and so life and society transforming. I think it's a shame if we allow ourselves to think that the internet is simply a threat. And of course we've got to legislate and we've got to put those safeguards in place. And we have to teach our children how to negotiate in their way through the internet. But let's not kid ourselves, let's not fall into the trap of thinking that the internet is simply a threat. It's not, it's an opportunity far more than that. And if anyone says they know exactly how the web is going to develop, I would immediately say that they're wrong. It will develop in ways that we don't expect. What I can say confidently is that it will be just as, if not more, necessary in our lives in the future. How it develops and the direction it develops is incredibly exciting because that is up to the users. It's probably the most democratic weapon that we actually have as individual citizens, and it's up to the people who use the internet to decide the direction that it's going to expand in. As a Glasgow MP, my primary concern is, more than anything else, is something very practical. We have one of the lowest rates of internet connection anywhere in the UK. To allow as many of my constituents as possible to get online easily and cheaply, that would be life-changing for a huge number of people. I think what's happening with the internet is it's empowering people to give their opinion, whether it's asked for or not. They certainly have no hesitation in coming forward when it comes to approaching politicians on the internet, and I expect it'll be the same with virtually every large company. I think it's really important that government and politicians don't get in the way. I think there's a great temptation on governments, on any administration, when they see a new thing, and let's face it, the internet is probably relatively new, to decide, the first question we ask ourselves is, how do we regulate this? And yes, of course the internet, certain aspects of the internet need regulation, but I just hope that politicians understand that the internet belongs to everyone, not just to governments, and that the greatest good we can do is not to get in the way of the development of the internet, to allow innovation to take place. And sometimes that's risky, and sometimes that's uncomfortable, and that's the internet for you. I'm incredibly optimistic about the digital society of the future. I think the opportunities are legion and the threats have to be put into context and dealt with. But I think the future is incredibly exciting, and I cannot wait to see what the internet looks like in 10 or 20 years' time. Ordinary people out there should not be scared of the internet. They should embrace it because it's going to change their lives, and it's going to change their lives for the better.